I am Elizabeth Meeks, and I'm a native Arizonan, born and raised in Chandler, Arizona. Now, I was the baby of my family, and I had one sister and two brothers, and a very strong mother who needed to be strong because our dad was shot down in Vietnam and was missing in action. And that happened on the day I was due to be born. And so I never had a male influence in my home growing up or a realistic vision of what marriage really looked like in the home. And so I believe that affected me in many ways. So now I have been married to my husband for 19 years. We're both married and divorced, and we blended our family together. I had one son, he had four daughters. Interestingly enough, they all had H names, which was kind of fun. So we have Haley, Hillary, Hayden, Hannah, and Harrison. And when I married my husband, they were in preschool, elementary school, junior high, and high school. And so we had some challenges blending those ages and those personalities together, but it was worth taking the time. We went to counseling and really tried to do that in the most effective way, and I think we did a pretty good job. So we have 3 grandchildren and 2 on the way, and we love grandparenting. There's nothing better. So my vision of our day-to-day life includes a morning that starts out communicating and having prayer and a kiss goodbye. And that doesn't always happen in our home because our schedules are different. My husband's in construction, and he works very early in the morning, and I don't go in until 9. He goes in around 4 o'clock in the morning. And so a lot of times he's just trying to get up and get out. And so that doesn't always happen, but I think it's realistic to add that few minutes to your morning and to make those things happen, to keep that connection. And so I give him a hard time sometimes about it in a joking way, but I really think it's important to have that connection and start your day out like that. So in my vision, we would share with each other what our day's going to look like and what time we'll be home and what we may want for dinner. I love to cook, so I love his input, and he likes to share his input because he wants to eat what he likes. So I think it's realistic to plan those things out and to communicate. So, when it comes to ESP, we don't have it, so we need to share with each other what our expectations are for the day or what we're doing. So we both stay pretty busy, and it would be very easy to just pass in the night with our schedules. And so it takes time for us, for sure, to communicate those things. Now, I am the better communicator when it comes to the deeper emotional things, and it definitely is not a 50-50 myth going on here with thinking that we are going to be equal on that. And so what I do like, and why I'm okay with that, is because when I do need him to get into those deep discussions with me, he's willing to. He's just not going to start them out. Now, he is better in the day-to-day communication, though, and he wants to stay connected throughout the day, and I'm not as good about that. So those are things that I could work on. I don't keep my phone with me at all times. I'm kind of old-fashioned that way, and he likes to text and communicate more often. But again, no 50-50 myth here. We both have things to work on. So in my vision, we plan our weekends out together. And as of right now, he's out hiking today, and I'm not there with him because he wants to do a longer, harder hike. And so we definitely have differences in those areas that we have to compromise on, where some days I have to push myself a little bit more than I like to, and sometimes he has to go a little slower or not as far as he wants to. And so those things we can work on even better, to not feel like we're putting each other out with what we expect. But again, communication is big there. And so we are pretty good at that. But there are days where we don't agree. And so those are things we can work on. I think it's realistic to expect that we can do those things. So religiously, we have differences. And so I think it's important that we give each other the space and also the time to communicate what those differences are and how we feel about it, how we feel about our faith. But we definitely know marriage is work. And so I think that this vision is pretty realistic to work on.